Hi guys and girls, welcome back to the channel, and this week we're looking at the Pioneer. Not just any Pioneer, this is the 1 year anniversary Pioneer that I built just in time for the British Boutique Guitar Festival 2020. So this is a little bit different. It is kind of a bridge model, a one-off bridge model between my P1 Pioneers, which we'll look at in more detail a bit later on, which is a very stripped back version, and the P2 version, which, depending when you're watching this, may or may not have been released. That's the way more frilly, exotic tops and gloss finishes and
very exciting
bits
stuff
of resin in there and all sorts, all to come. But if you're watching this in 2025, yeah, they're probably out now. If you're watching this towards the back end of 2021, not just yet. So yeah, the one-off sort of bridge model. The basic spec of this is a two-piece Polonia body.
Super light
And
resonant.
Yeah, that's what we were kind of going for with this. I wanted just to see if we could make something lightweight and resonant and still sound good.
Yeah.
So, especially for what people might associate the Pioneers
Yeah,
to
I
be,
mean, it looks pretty pointy and metally, doesn't it? But
yeah,
that's not really my bag. And
we wanted to prove a few people wrong in
Yeah.
this video, didn't we? And see what we could get from it. We've got a lovely Claro walnut top on there, all finished in nitro. We've got some very jazzy looking unjazz pickups that are Alchemy pickups that hand wound in the UK. These are his Hartshaw models that go into all my Pioneers. He's just put some fancy covers on them.
So does he make the covers, or was but they came with the pickups?
Yes.
It's not, you didn't.
No. That's all Jack's.
They look like
alchemic
a sort of,
magic.
They look like an old sort of like 30s radio.
Yes.
Or something.
Yeah, got that real sort of not Art Deco. That's not the word, is it? Or is it?
It's 30s.
I don't know, it's 30s, isn't it? Like that.
No, they
time.
just look great. Yeah.
So
Lovely.
yeah, as again, Hipshot hardware, CTS pots, switch class switch, all the usual nonsense that you get with the Pioneer. We've got a three-piece baked maple neck with...
It's absolutely lovely.
Yeah, it's very smooth.
It's a chunk.
It's just a chunk.
It's a big one.
Yeah, thanks to a certain somebody, yes, who used to say that my necks were all too slim. So this one I made with him in mind, and I think he approved. So the three-piece there. Then we've got a Honduran rosewood board. It's recycled Honduran rosewood. There's nothing unethical going on there. It's really hard to see the grain because the minute I put oil on it, it just darkened right down. It's only lemon oil, but it's like a natural finish board on that. Some chunky jumbo frets in there.
Yeah, nice.
And yeah, I mean, we put a little forearm bevel on this one as well, and a tummy tuck, which you don't get on the P1 models, and then just a little bit more beveling around the horns. And
super comfortable to play. Again, like, access is the thing that you do well, isn't it? Like,
yeah, I think partly because I came at this from a player's point of view as well, and said, well, what do I need?
Yeah, sure.
You know, or what would other people be looking for? What would help him? Make it more accessible to everyone, really.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, one of the first things you pointed out was the resonance of this, and
just before I even plugged it in, you know, it's one of those sort of buzzy things, isn't it? When people are, oh yeah, you should hear it when it's like not plugged in.
Yeah.
Which, like, well, that's not what you do with these very much.
No.
That's
I think
what
we may do at some point in the future is I'll stand there with a decibel meter and we'll see how much louder this is, because I think it is louder than most of my other guitars unplugged.
Right.
But there you go. We'll see. Well, yeah, we'll probably debunk that and go, Lewis, you're talking absolute rubbish. So
I don't know. There's something about it though. Like, I remember hearing someone talk about SGs. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on, let me just get my lawyer on the phone.
Derek Trucks talking about how to buy an SG, and the only sort of constant is just that if it's light and it's resonant when it's unplugged, it seems to sound really great when you plug them in. And, you know, I'd take his word over most people.
Yeah,
there's something in there.
I think he's right, and that's what I've tried to sort of base a lot of my building on. Is if you can get it sounding good before you get anywhere near electronics and amps, what you're hearing beforehand is going to get amplified.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how, like, it's super resonant, and I think, like, to look at from the front, it looks kind of like a big slab, but it's super thin, and it's what was it made again? What's the
Polonia. So if you want to get on a little bit of an eco ride or a high horse or whatever, and I'm on neither of those, I like the fact that it's 12 years to grow that tree from like a sapling to a harvestable tree. It's the fastest growing tree on the planet. It's quite soft to work, so you need to be careful when you're working it. By the time it's taken finish and all sorts of grain filler, it's fine. I've never had any stability problems with it. I'm on to like the 4th or 5th one now, and it's just been superb. And, you know, it is grown as a bit of a cash crop, but, you know, we're in this day and age where we probably do need to think a bit more. If you're churning out 400 guitars a day at a factory, you can't keep cutting trees down if you're not going to replace them. And then, you know, if they're only going to take 12 years to replace and it still sound good, it's got my vote.
And are other makers kind of doing this now?
There are, so I'm certainly not the first to use this. I never would say I was. But yeah, some of the big guys in America and even Germany are now switching over to this instead of Swamp Ash, which is what my P1s and some of the P2s have been made of.
I mean, it feels amazing, and
£5, 7 ounces. There you go. It's a sub £6 guitar finished. It's one that, again, with the pioneers in mind, I wanted something that you know, an active gigging musician could just pick up and play every night if they had to, without going, oh, my back.
Oh, totally. I mean, it is astonishing, really. And I kind of always associated, I don't know why, but like super light guitars, there must be something missing, you know, like what is going on here. But
the other thing is you get just, and I'm sure they'll crop up, but like lightweight guitars sound rubbish. They don't resonate, they don't sustain, they don't do the, you know, and it's rubbish.
So. And of course, all these things are really subjective.
I mean, I've heard heavy guitars that don't sustain, don't resonate. It's, you know, it's one of these things. A lot of it comes down to how it's built. A lot of it comes down to what's actually been going on with the wood. And
magic.
And a little bit of voodoo magic in there.
Some guitars on the, you know, on a production line, you know, one to the other sounds completely different. Might be from the same tree or whatever. So. There's a bit of magic involved in there, or nature at least.
Well, let's hear a few tones. And again, I know that, you know, the Pioneers might be marketed as a more heavier guitar, but as I said at the beginning of the video, let's just break the myth, break that mythos a little bit, and
I'll do what I can.
We'll see what we can come up with.
All right, let's do it.
there we go. Played once again through my trusty RDA dualist, big stonking red, as other Rob refers to it. It just, I think you could put a brick through this, not physically, but you could, and it would just sound great.
You mean plug a brick into it?
Plug a brick into it. Don't put a brick.
Yeah, just something about this amp. I thought I'd try putting a brick through it, and it's just done something really magical. I'm not going to change a thing.
So we got some different sounds there. Something you probably wouldn't expect from a Pioneer, but I've always said from the beginning, it's capable of everything and not just sort of winging it.
Yeah.
Like it will do a lot of things.
They're super versatile. I was really surprised at how.
One of the first things you said was, sounds like a beep.
Yeah, which really surprised me given how it looks on the pickups, and I was just like, why is this voodoo stuff? I was well impressed.
So just messing around with the gain controls on this and just seeing what we can come up with, something a little bit different, show it off, and we hope you enjoyed how it sounded basically.
I really love it's got cascading gain stages, right? So
you turn gain 1 up, it will affect gain 2.
Pushes into gain 2.
There's gain trim on the back, so if you actually want to keep that down a bit, you can roll the trim off or the trim up. I forget which way round because my head doesn't work properly.
But I think the point, I've found like a lot of valve amps that I've used and trying to get some gain out of. I mean, I've not used anything as nice as this before. But it's just, it does do everything from like 0 to a tiny bit of crunch to a bit of break up to like proper like heavy and I was really impressed. A lot of amps kind of do a thing. This does a lot,
or they do a lot of stuff. This just, whatever you want it to do, it will do. And I just Rob is a wizard. Also this Rob is a wizard as well, but you're a wizard, Rob. So there you go, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Getting some different tones out of the Pioneers. Big thank you to this Rob for stopping by.
What a lot of fun.
What
a lot of
we do need my ears to recover now.
It was pretty loud.
There's me messaging you going, bring earplugs. Neither of us put earplugs in, and now we're like, what? What?
But there's something about it, isn't there? You want to hear it. You want your head next to it. And it is banging.
So until next time, you can always head over to the website www.ltcustomguitars.co.uk. Drop us a message in the comments below. Give us a like and subscribe if you're feeling really generous. We'll see you next time with another new model. Not really sure what yet. We'll do something. And we'll see you soon, guys. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.